Hello everyone and welcome to another figure study where we appreciate the form in Transformers, and today we are taking a look at the Hunt for the Decepticons hubcap. This little guy is something that I wanted to get my hands on for a while because I had delusions of eventually doing a custom paint job on him and turning him white to so I could have him look a little bit more like that one GoBot that was meant to look like a Rolls Royce. I forget what his name is, but he was one of my favorites, and I don't know what I did with him, and I'm sad. But anyway, Hubcap. He is a pretty nice looking little car. I mean, it's, he's ultimately simple, but this is a good looking car. It is a really good looking car, and there's not a ton of paint on it, but every single place where the paint matters, it's there. Like this back bumper, these rear lights, the hubcaps on hubcap. I know the little engine piping and exhaust piping here, the front grille, the headlights, the windows, all the way around the windows, and this super tiny, ineffective, why is that even there, Autobot logo on the hood, because why not? And then loads of robot stuff underneath. But yeah, this is a really slick little car, I have to admit. I love the old-timey design, and it's probably based on a real car, but I'm not enough of a car guy to know. I just know it's got like that old kind of, what is it, like 1940s, 1950s kind of style to it, which is like the nice curved wheel wells and just the kind of bulbous shape. But at the same time, it was made out of the kind of materials that means if you got into a crash, it would basically look exactly like this. Like maybe a window would crack. But it looks so good, and I really like the exhaust system, just like the pipes coming out of the side here too. Makes it look like a pretty awesome roadster. It just looks so good. It is such a nice little car mode. And it's so rare that you see painted wheels and painted windows all the way around. It's very nice. About the only gripe I could really say, it's that the headlights and taillights are just silver. But that is a minor gripe. And then you've got like a little bit of trunk detail here, and I think that's actually the gas cap right there. But unfortunately, no paint on the trunk. But it is a very small gripe. No paint on the handles either. But really, every major thing that needs some kind of picked out detail has it, and it looks great. I just really dig that hood. This all just looks, it's a fantastic little car. It looks really cool. I mean, that's what else can I say about it, really? But yeah, it is a very cool car. Now let's take a look at him as a robot. Hubcap's robot mode is not bad. I mean, it's kind of, he's a robot who's got exploded car bits attached to his body all over the place. Very simple. Not a whole lot of interesting stuff going on here. But bring him in for a closer look because he's so tiny. His face, me bumping the camera like a goofy jerk. His face looks all right. I mean, I'm not super into the look. It's just, it's typical movie Transformer face. The faceplate almost looks like he's got a weird clown smile going, though, which is a little weird. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's inoffensive, but it's also unremarkable. I do really like how they've got the car grill on his chest, though. That looks great. And it just makes that Autobot logo all the more disappointing that it's so just muddled and tiny. Like there's no real definition to it. It just doesn't stand out. I feel like maybe if it was on the grill, or if they had just made it a little bit finer detailed, it would have helped. And for the rest of them, I mean, there are some nice molded details for the arms and the legs, and a little bit of paint on the legs too. Here's what everyone refers to as his Gundam boots. I could totally see that. There are some nice details here. It's just unfortunate that so much of the car ends up all over his body. I mean, it actually looks not bad from the back. It actually creates some interesting shoulders and makes his legs look a little bit bulkier. And I do think it's nice how, even though it's minor, there's a tiny bit of extra detail in the back there when the hood folds away to make the rest of the torso. But ultimately, I mean, I don't know, it looks kind of like a robot that's just wearing a car as a suit. It doesn't really work for me. Color-wise, it's okay. I mean, I'm fine with the red in either mode, but in robot mode, I'm not entirely sure that it really works too well with this sort of almost olive green gray and the light gray. Like it works okay with the light gray because just about everything does, but I don't know, it just doesn't quite work for me. And yeah, I mean, color distribution's okay. It's weird because like all of these colors for the car just get kind of pushed to the back when you're viewing him from the front on. So the main bits of car color that you get to see are from his chest and his feet. And it's, again, it kind of goes back to that whole he's just kind of wearing the car as a suit. And not very well kind of motif. I don't know. Honestly, I find color-wise, he's much more interesting from the back. Yeah, he's almost entirely red, but like the way all the shapes are broken up actually look pretty nice. And you've got these nice little details, for the pipes on his elbows, whereas when you're looking at him from the front, you don't really see any of that. It's just kind of generic robot bits with a really nice car grille on the front. Not the best. Not terrible, but not the best. But he's cool for what he is. And he's a tiny figure, so obviously they're not going to do anything super complex with his transformation. But I don't know, it's just I've seen some other figures in this line that are his size class, and they do so much more interesting things with incorporating the alt mode into the robot body. And here it's just kind of, it's been done before, just the car grill for the chest. It's a really nice car grill. It's a really nice car, but his robot mode is kind of bland and uninteresting, honestly. But he is what he is. He is how Primus made him. I don't know how not to up on the Transformers ideology, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. Anyway, that has been my look at the Hunt for the Decepticons Scout class, I think, Hubcap. And he's got a really nice vehicle mode, and his robot mode just seems kind of, pardon me, his robot mode just kind of seems like they phoned it in, honestly. I don't know, it's a little disappointing. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Any combination of those three would make me a happy Rob. And remember, art is more than meets the eye.